guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be talking about some of my absolute favorite beauty products that I've been using throughout the month of July. I missed my monthly favorites back in June because I was traveling and life was a little bit crazy, so I've got a ton of things to share with you today. This video may be a little bit on the long side. I will try to link all the products I talked about in the description box of this video along with some timestamps for you, so if you'd like to skip ahead to a particular product that should make your life a little bit easier. But before we get into things, I do want to say hello and welcome to any of you who are new here to my channel. My name is Lauren. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out and chatting beauty with me today. I upload new videos on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, so I hope you will subscribe and stick around. And without me rambling on anymore, because like I said, we got a lot to talk about, we got a lot to catch up on, so let's get into things. So why don't we start out with some makeup that I've been really into in the last month. This first one here is something I'm sure you guys have seen all over the internet, all over YouTube, because so many beauty influencers are obsessed with this product. So this is the new Too Faced Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer. I did a complete review on this product on my blog, which I will link for you guys also in the description box if you'd like to read it. I was sent all 20 shades from the brand to review, so I have swatches of the entire collection, the whole shebang. And honestly, I had high hopes for this, but I'm such a die-hard Shape Tape fan that I was kind of a little bit dubious as to whether or not this would be quite as good. I really hadn't tried any other concealers that could really compare with the coverage that Shape Tape delivers. But this guy here really is just as good as everybody makes it out to be. I like it way more than the original Born This Way concealer, the Naturally Radiant one, which I think they do still have. That one I got at a Gen Beauty event a long time ago, and it wasn't my favorite. It's a little bit more sheer and a little bit more liquidy in texture, so I didn't find that it provided enough coverage for my personal tastes. But this is super full coverage. It looks so beautiful on the under eyes. It doesn't really crease, and it's a lot more hydrating and sort of luminous looking in the under eye area especially than Shape Tape. So if you are someone that found Shape Tape to be too drying, too much, this may be right up your alley. You also get a ridiculous amount of product in this little bottle here. You have half an ounce, which is way more than you'll find for most concealers. It's basically like half the size of a foundation, which is entirely unheard of. Shape Tape I thought was a good value. This is honestly even better. So I have been very impressed by this. I wear the shade Golden Beige, but I do have a tan right now, so I'm pretty sure I think I'll wear Almond in the winter when I'm a little bit lighter. But again, if you're curious about shades, I do have swatches of the entire collection on my blog if you want to check them out. But yes, if you love a really full coverage concealer that doesn't look cakey, that doesn't look creasy and dry on your skin, this is definitely worth checking out. Another complexion product that I've been really into is the Ren Perfect Canvas Finishing Serum. One of my blogger friends, Stephanie from Brighter Darling, turned me on to this. This is basically a silicone-free primer. Ren is a very clean brand. They're carried at Sephora, and I really wanted to try something that would help to control oil. My skin is very oily, especially in the summertime, and while I do have large pores, I find that some of those pore-filling, very whipped, moussey, silicone-y primers can make my skin really oily throughout the day. So I thought this would be nice. It would be a lot less pore clogging, a lot more natural, and honestly, it is awesome. It smells fruity and really refreshing. It's really lovely to put on. It does start out kind of tacky, like as you massage it in, it feels a little bit glue-like, but then once it dries, it's completely matte, but it's not one of those crackly flat mattes that makes your skin feel crunchy. It's really amazing. The only downside is that it is expensive. It retails for more than $50 for this 1 ounce bottle, so it definitely is not super budget friendly, but I think if you're someone with very sensitive skin that's prone to breaking out, especially when you use silicone products, and if you have oily skin and are looking for something to really make your foundation glide on more smoothly, last a little bit better, and to keep it from getting super shiny throughout the day, it's worth looking into. So I think my most exciting purchase of the entire last month was the Too Faced Natural Face Palette. I've had my eye on this thing for months. Basically, since they teased it online, I've been wanting to pick this thing up. But I just feel like I had so many face products, I didn't really want to spend the money on it. It's $44, which is not an insignificant chunk of change to drop on a face palette. But look at this, guys. Look at how stunning this palette is. It's so beautiful. I love the lacy kind of embossed detailing. You get this huge mirror, gold metallic detailing on the inside packaging. It's stunning. Also smells like coconuts, which is, you know, delicious. But the reason I ultimately caved and picked this up was that it was on sale for 35% off at Ulta, and I had a $10 off platinum like birthday perk, so I got this for $18. $18, like I couldn't resist, and honestly, I'm so glad that I got it because I've been wearing it almost every single time I've been wearing makeup since I bought it. I'm actually wearing it today. It's what I used for my blush, bronzer, and my highlight. I honestly really like all of the shades in here, and I kind of alternate, but I primarily use Sunny Honey over here as my all-over bronzer. This one called Tropic Like It's Hot I think is really more of a beautiful glowy blush. I think it's a little too warm and a little too glowy for my liking to use it as an all-over face bronzer, but I actually am wearing it as my blush today on my cheeks, and I think it's gorgeous. Pink Sand, such a beautiful neutral pink kind of color that's really complementary to like any look. Pink Wink is more of a vibrant pink if you want that sort of healthy flush and that pop. Satin Sheets is unreal. It's the highlight that I'm wearing today, and it's just got this peachy pink gold reflect that I think is so stunning. It looks really smooth on the skin. It doesn't look harsh or metallic. Obsessed. And then Starlight has a very strong pink duochrome shift to it. This one I don't like on my complexion as much as like a cheek highlight, but I think it looks beautiful in the inner corners of the eyes or highlighting the brow bone. So this right here, so worth it. I mean, for the price that I paid for it, like I'm 100% happy with my purchase. But honestly, even at the full price, if you don't have a massive collection of blushes and bronzers and you wanted something travel friendly, you wanted to kind of have like a one-stop shop, I think it is a great value and the quality is amazing. So loving this, would recommend. So speaking of glow, I was actually sent a couple of products in a PR package from Pixi back in June that I have been absolutely obsessed with, and I think they are so stunning. I'm sure you guys, if you watch beauty videos here on YouTube, have seen some other influencers talk about them. These are the Glowy Gossamer Duos. Each one has two coordinated highlight shades. There are two versions. This one here is called Delicate Dew, which is a little bit more pink tone. This one is Subtle Sunrise, which is a little bit more champagne. And they are just the most gorgeous, glossy, wet looking highlights. They aren't chunky, they aren't metallic, they aren't glittery. They just give your skin that super wet, glossy, just gorgeous reflect that like, it looks stunning. It doesn't really enhance texture. It's just beautiful. Let me swatch it for you guys so you can see. So this one is a Delicate Dew. Just like, look at how pretty that is. And it's just so smooth. It glides on like silk. It's just lovely. And then this is Subtle Sunrise, which I think would probably suit people with slightly deeper complexions, especially the darker shade there. Honestly though, you can kind of like use one color or mix the two together. They're really nice and easy to kind of work with. But like, look, just that shine I think is absolutely gorgeous. Obsessed. Now, as far as price goes, these retail for $16 a piece, which for a drugstore product is definitely up there. Pixi is really a more mid-ranged brand. They're going to be more expensive than your CoverGirl, your Revlon, your Maybelline, although to be honest, like L'Oreal and Maybelline are really starting to get up there with some of their products, but in general, it's still more affordable than what you would find at like a Sephora, but the quality, especially on this particular product, is definitely there. So if you want a really beautiful highlight, you don't want to spend $38 on like a Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector, these are totally worth checking out because they are stunning. Then I had one other Pixi product that I wanted to tell you guys about. This is the Endless Silky Eye Pen in the shade Matte Mulberry. I do really like these pencils in general. I think they're really creamy, they wear really well. They're not the best in the waterline, but if you put them on your upper lash line, I feel like they do hang around pretty well. I just love this shade in particular. It's what I'm wearing as my eyeliner today because it's a, as the name suggests, it's a mulberry. So it's not brown, but it's not plum or purple. It's like a really nice in-between kind of color that I think is super, super flattering, especially considering how popular warm-toned eyeshadows are right now. I think it complements them really well. I'm wearing a crown palette that I got from my BoxyCharm. I wanted to test that out today, so I know I went a little bit more warm-toned with my eyeshadows, and I thought this would be the perfect complement to it. And I just think it looks really nice. It's less harsh than black. I think sometimes for everyday, like daytime wear, black eyeliner can feel a little bit too much, like a little bit too dramatic. I mean, if you love it, you do you, like that's awesome. I just know for me personally, sometimes I feel like it makes my eyes look a little more glam than I want to if all I'm doing is like hanging out, running errands, or going to the grocery store. So this has been one of my go-to like alternatives for reaching for a black liner. And then the last things I have makeup-wise to share with you are some lip products that I've been mildly obsessed with. This first one is from a brand called The Beauty Crop. They're kind of more of an indie brand. They're cruelty-free. They're out of the UK, and they make some really great products with healthier ingredients, which I really appreciate, and they're still like a nice quality. They offer a nice amount of pigmentation. You can create some really fun glam looks. I feel like some natural brands, all their products are very soft and subtle, so if you want to do something a little bit more dramatic, it's kind of harder to get that effect. Not the case with Beauty Crop. So this is the Lip Brulee, and specifically my favorite color is this one called Gumdrop. I've worn this so much lately. It's bright, but it's not too bright, which I appreciate. Like, it's definitely a pop of color on the lips, but it's not neon, it's not unwearable. Like, I could easily wear this during the daytime and not feel like it was too much. And then the formula is really nice. It's meant to be kind of like a hybrid between a lip gloss and a liquid lipstick and like a lip lacquer. So it's very, very shiny, very moisturizing. There's like a lot of different plant oils and whatnot to really nourish your lips. That being said, the one downside is that this will move around really easily, and because it's super pigmented, it can have a tendency to go outside the lip line if you're not careful. Like, this is something you may want to take off before you know, like eat a burger or something, or you're gonna end up with lip product like all over your face. So, you know, it has its downsides, but I really love how it feels on the lips. I love how it looks. I feel like if you aren't eating or drinking, it hangs around for a really, really long time. And they're not ridiculously expensive. The Beauty Crop, I think this retails for $14 or around that price. And they have sales all the time. Like, they always are having discounts. I believe I do have a 10% discount code because I am an affiliate for them. So that will be linked again in my description box if you are interested in checking this guy out. But yeah, there's a lot of other really fun colors. I've just been particularly liking this one because it's just pretty and fun. Speaking of pretty and fun, so I got sent this Lancome L'Absolu Lacquer from Influencer maybe about a month or so ago. And when I first got this, my initial thought was like, oh no, I don't know, it looks like it's gonna be this super bright hot pink. I don't wear shades like this a ton. It's kind of like if I'm in the mood for it, maybe with just like a crisp winged liner and like very minimal eyeshadow, it can look really cool, but that's not something I necessarily wear every day. But I tried it on, and honestly, I'm obsessed. I thought it was so stunning. So this particular product is really interesting because it's sheer, but it's very buildable. It's kind of like a lip stain, but it has a more like jelly-like texture, and as you layer it, the pigmentation gets deeper and deeper, so you can make it completely opaque, or you can just have a wash of color on the lips. It's really hydrating. It honestly reminds me so much of the Maybelline color elixirs. I believe that was what they were called. They were those like lip glosses that the tube looked like a lipstick bullet cut out. If you guys remember those, leave me in the comments down below if you were a fan of the Maybelline color elixirs. But yeah, the texture of that is exactly kind of what this is. It's that very wet feeling, a kind of gel-like texture on the lips, and I just think it's actually really, really beautiful. Not to mention the fact that the packaging on this is stunning. I mean, it's Lancome, so you know, you're gonna get fancy, French, beautiful. So I'm really happy I had the opportunity to try this out, because honestly, I probably never would have thought to buy this. I don't even think I said what the shade is. I think it's called Be Unique, but I will definitely let you guys know in the description box once I confirm that, because it doesn't say on the actual packaging. But yeah, if you kind of like the idea of a lip stain, you like the idea of this type of product, it's beautiful. There's a really lovely range of colors, so I think it's definitely worth checking out. So this guy is from a brand called Color Lit. Now this is an indie brand. The brand owner reached out to me a little while ago and asked if I wanted to try their products. They only have liquid lipsticks right now and they only have a few shades, but they're really, really beautiful. I just talked about these guys in my recent video sharing my 10 favorite everyday wearable nude lip products. So definitely go check out that video if you kind of want the whole spiel on this, but long story short, it's really beautiful. This one is in the shade Stunner, which is my favorite. I've worn this so much. It's just like a really beautiful pinky nude shade. Ugh, I am obsessed. It looks so stunning with so many different looks. I like cannot get enough of it. So that was it for makeup, but I have a bunch of really awesome skincare and a couple of hair care products that I wanted to share with you guys. The first one that I have right here is the Glow Recipe Watermelon Glow Pink Juice Moisturizer. So I finally caved and bought this after getting a sample from Sephora because I love the Glow Recipe Watermelon Glow Sleeping Mask. It smells like a Jolly Rancher. It's delicious and it leaves your skin really just like soft and brightened in the morning. It's something that I'm kind of obsessed with. So this really intrigued me, and for someone with super oily skin, it is perfect. It's like the perfect summertime day moisturizer. It's very, very lightweight. It's like a watery gel texture. It smells just like the sleeping mask, and it basically sinks in really quickly, and I find that it helps to keep my skin from getting more shiny throughout the day. When I pair this with this guy, it's like magic. It's expensive magic. This is like $36, so this is a pretty penny combination right here, but if you can swing it, I think it is lovely. It's just, you know, it's so hard for me to find a moisturizer that's not too thick and that doesn't like disturb my makeup or kind of make it more likely to break down quickly throughout the day. But this has been really nice. I also have been using this guy. This is from a brand called Botany, which I have talked about before on my channel. They're an indie brand and I am obsessed with their charcoal shampoo. It is so good. They also have this blueberry body scrub that is to die for. They're very reasonably priced and they just make some amazing skincare and bath and body products. So I had the opportunity to try out their Ultra Pure Vitamin C Serum, and it is the bomb. It's like $22 or $24. It's really not that expensive. It's a really high quality potent vitamin C, which is really great for brightening the skin, helping to minimize the appearance of fine lines and skin discoloration, and I've just felt like I've had a lot less texture since I started using this. This particular formulation also has witch hazel in it, which witch hazel is like an astringent for the skin. Like, it helps to kill bad bacteria that cause acne, and I definitely am prone not so much to pimples anymore, except for like around that time of the month, but certainly skin congestion. I can get a lot of like little texture, so I felt like since I started using this, my skin looks brighter, it looks clearer. It's just really, really nice, and again, it sinks really quickly into the skin. It's pretty moisturizing, it feels really good, it wears well under makeup. So I've been pairing these two guys together in the morning and I've been loving it. Another really cool indie brand that I had the opportunity to try out this month is LATHER. They also make some really cool skincare and bath and body products. So I was able to try these two guys from them and they are so incredible. I can't even. This is the Bamboo Lemongrass Foaming Body Scrub. It is amazing. If you love the smell of lemons or lemongrass, oh my god, it's so like uplifting and energizing. It's amazing. And the gritty granules in here stay scrubby, which I love. Like, that's one of my biggest gripes with body scrubs is sometimes if the primary scrubbing agent is like sugar or salt, it dissolves really quickly once it hits your wet skin, and then you don't really get a good scrub. But that's not the case with this. It's not too harsh or too abrasive, but it like foams up really nicely. It gets like this really nice foamy effect. It exfoliates really well and it smells really good. I'm just like super into this. This has been bomb. And then this guy here, this is their Honey Moisture Mask with Propolis extract. And basically this is like a sleeping mask. So you put it on primarily at night. Like, you could use it during the day, but it would probably be a little bit too heavy to wear under makeup unless you had ridiculously dry skin. But it's this very thick cream that smells, oh my god, legit just like honey. There is a Nuxe, however you pronounce it. There's a French brand, N-U-X-E, that makes a honey scented, like their like honey rêve de miel cleanser. This smells just like that. It's so delicious. So basically you apply like a generous amount of this on your skin, you let it sink in, you don't wash it off, you just massage in the excess, and it's ridiculously hydrating. Propolis extract is supposed to be really reparative for the skin, help to kind of heal it, and help to minimize, again, congestion, texture, all that kind of nasty stuff. So this, with my skin being so oily, I've basically put on a very small amount because I don't feel like I need a lot, and I've just used it a couple of times at night, and I feel like my skin does feel really, really beautiful in the morning. I think this is gonna be amazing come winter time. Like when your skin has a tendency to get really dried out with the cold. I have this weird oily, dry thing that goes on in the winter time where my skin still cranking out oil, but it also gets like flaky and patches, and it's not a good situation. So I think this will be perfect to kind of keep my skin balanced once it's not like an entire grease factory. Now, and this guy I picked up around my birthday. I went to Ulta and they were having a sale on Fizz and Bubble, and I've been so curious to try out their lip scrubs because they have really great reviews online. They retail for $7 and they're like a bigger jar than the Lush lip scrubs. So for half the price, I thought it might be good to check them out and see how I like them. Oh my God, they are really honestly like identical to the Lush lip scrub. So if you like those ones and want an affordable alternative, these, it's like the same thing. I got the pineapple coconut version. It's delicious. It smells like a pina colada. It's awesome. I've been really, really loving it. It's like a sugar-based scrub. You just rub it on your lips. It helps to kind of get all that dead, flaky skin off, and you can lick it off. Like, it's all completely edible. It doesn't taste weird. It tastes really good. I've used lip scrubs that don't taste good, and let me tell you, it's not fun. I do not recommend. But these come in like a whole bunch of really fun, delicious flavors. They're really affordable, and it seems like Fizz and Bubble goes on sale, like buy one, get one half off and things like that fairly frequently. So if you've been curious, they are really good. They work really well. It is a little messy, obviously, because the scrub is just loose in this pot here. So trying to like actually scoop it up and put it on your lips, like you want to be over a sink because it's going to kind of get everywhere. But I think it's worth it for the end result. It makes your lips really, really soft, and it's just really pleasant to use. And then the last thing that I have to share with you guys is a shampoo and conditioner duo. This was sent to me from a brand that I had never heard of before. They're called Phillip, and they are, again, kind of a smaller indie brand, and they specialize in apple cider vinegar shampoos. And I had never tried any kind of shampoo or conditioner with apple cider vinegar in it before, but I know that they're supposed to be really good for like detoxing the scalp. And again, with my scalp and face being super oily, I feel like, I don't know, my hair tends to get dirty really quickly. I felt like I really could use a good detox, and these have been awesome. These are just obviously just little travel sizes that they sent over, but I've been loving it. I feel like this leaves my hair so clean and like bouncy and lively. It doesn't leave it stripped at all, and it doesn't smell like vinegar. It smells like a fresh green apple. Like, it smells legitimately like you just cut a Granny Smith that's sitting down on the counter in front of you. That is what this smells like. It's super fresh. It's really awesome. I honestly would definitely consider going out and buying this in the full size once I use up these little samples, because I really liked it a lot. And I also really appreciate there's no parabens, there's no sulfates. They use biodegradable plastics for all of their packaging. They don't test on animals. Like, they're just a much more ethical, kind of environmentally friendly brand, which it's something I can totally get behind. So if you're in need of a new shampoo and conditioner, if you're someone that feels like they have a lot of product buildup in their hair, but you don't want something that's going to be too harsh and too stripping, check these guys out because it was pretty awesome. So that is it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. I hope it was fun to see some of the beauty products that I have been absolutely loving lately. You should let me know in the comments of this video what are your favorite products that you've tried out in the month of July. I always love hearing recommendations from you guys. And if you enjoy these kind of favorites roundups, make sure you give this video a thumbs up. I always really, really appreciate your feedback. And of course, if you're not already subscribed and you want to see more of my videos in the future, click that button before you go. Again, I will link all relevant posts and information about everything I talked about today in the description box for you to reference if you want to shop any of these things, if you want to read any of my other reviews and whatnot. But with that being said, I hope you guys all have an awesome, awesome rest of your day, and I will see you in the next one.